Hey guys, Ali Duzette here, and today we start Mercury Retrograde. In addition to it being Venus Retrograde Day 27, it is also Mercury Retrograde Day 1. Hello, I'm Ali. Come and hang out in our Facebook group, Intuitive Healing with Ali Duzette. Today, Mercury Retrograde begins on top of Venus Retrograde. So Mercury deals with communication and how we think about things, our thought processing. And Mercury retrogrades are famous for electronics issues, Facebook outages, miscommunications, misunderstandings. People say, don't sign a contract during Mercury retrograde. For me, I don't take that too seriously about not signing contracts. I kind of feel like, hey, baby. I just feel like you have agency and you shouldn't spend your whole life based around this stuff. Like, I obviously think it's interesting. For me, this is more of a context. You know, it's a way to comprehend what's going on in the world and make sense out of it. And we can work with these universal energies, but I'm definitely not a person that's going to, change all my plans because it's Mercury retrograde. Yeah, right. I will do whatever I want because agency always wins. It's just the weather. Just because it's raining doesn't mean you can't go play outside. It's fine. So, this is just Mercury retrograde season. You don't need to lose your mind. You don't need to be super worried or anything like that. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a universal energy that the whole world's going to be working with. If we go into it consciously, we can use our agency to choose some big healing right now because the spiritual weather is in alignment with that.
No, yes. Yes, no.
So the most important thing to remember is that the universe is helping everyone on the earth be more intentional about how they think and how they communicate. Whatever's coming up during Mercury retrograde, we get to be intentional about how we think and communicate. So right now we have both Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde at the same time, which is kind of an interesting and unusual energy. Mercury goes retrograde a few times a year, but Venus only does it every 18 months. So having this overlap is kind of an unusual thing. It is an invitation for all of us to get more intentional about how we think, more intentional about how we communicate. When we're thinking about our relationships with others and our relationships with ourselves, and when we're thinking about beauty and worth and value, now we have an additional big chance to harness universal energy and make some big quantum leaps in how we think about these things. Not just how we experience them, but also what are the thought processes that are underlying your relationships, your understanding of beauty and worth and value. How do you currently feel about these aspects of your life? How do you want to feel? We have about 3 weeks to make serious headway with this during this time where we're uniting Mercury and Venus retrograde energy. So today I'm inviting you to set some intentions. If you could just take a moment to think about your relationships, your worth and your beauty in a new way. How would you want to think differently? What in your thought processes do you feel needs to change? This is the best time to start setting some intentions and make those changes a reality. So go ahead and write it down. What changes are you going to make in how you think? You can do it. I hope that you have the best day.